Well, this particular model of Perraudin, I really like it. What I think is really quite amazing about it is the fact that it's just entirely constructed of massive blocks, and it means that it's a very elemental architecture, which is created entirely without insulation. So it's created purely by the material of the stone itself. And what it does is that it creates on one hand a very simple and basic building, but because of the properties, it also becomes very high quality of comfort to live in. This is for me a very interesting idea. So it's a kind of, it's a low tech, but it's nevertheless still very luxurious. And what I think is interesting about this project with Perraudin is that it actually relates to a number of other projects here in the exhibition. So another version of making very sustainable houses, which is to make them very light and kind of techno-driven. And that's why I really love this house by Sobek, because it's so clean and so pristine in its kind of technical delivery of all the products that it makes it like a very smooth and very beautifully crafted piece of technology. Another thing which is interesting is that you would say this is entirely made of products that are coming directly from the earth, you know. So in a way you could, let's say, recycle them, reuse them, like in the way Rome was, let's say, entirely reconstructed from its own travertine. At the same time, this, let's say, is made of high-grade industrial products, but because of its lightness, it leaves a very light, it touches only very lightly on the earth, and if you want to, like, let's say, take it apart, it's very easy to simply disassemble it, you know, and you can also reuse it. So it's also two different ways of dealing with material and dealing with, let's say, the idea of recycling and being able to reuse things. It's interesting that sustainability in itself can have these two extremely different forms of expression. And it's also something that, let's say, in my own work, I feel very, let's say, inspired with.